Good evening, it is I, Raza is Retro, and today we are taking part in a challenge that comes to us from Mark Goes Blind Gaming. The challenge is Super Star Wars, and you basically gotta play Star Wars, the Super Star Wars, and you gotta do it on one life. Any difficulty is allowed. It's a high score challenge. People. I do apologize for the sound, that there is no sound in the back. Unfortunately, the editing tool that I use to capture on my computer is not picking up the sound. I will have to further look into this when I get the chance, but I'm trying to get through as many challenges and videos as I can because time is of the essence and the essence is of time. Why am I speaking like this? I don't know, but I will continue speaking like this, so please bear with me. Now, when it comes to Star Wars, I do like the video games. The video games are quite good, they're quite fun, they're quite interesting. I particularly like some of the newer Star Wars games, especially, if we're going a little back, some that were on the original Xbox were quite fantastic. When it comes to the Mega Drive or the Super Nintendo, there were some good games as well, but not ones that I've really played. Star Wars made a lot of great toys, a lot of great things, but when it comes to the actually movie, the movie of the stars and the wars, the Star Wars, I have never seen it in my life. For I am not a nerd. I refuse to watch it. On a serious note, it never appealed to me for whatever reason. I just don't know. Will I ever watch it? Only time will tell, but I don't plan to. I do not have the intention to sit down for 4 hours and watch a movie called Star Wars, but I will definitely play the video games. However, if you do recommend that I watch Star Wars, then kindly tell me which one I need to watch because there's over 100 films and Raza can only make time to watch one, if indeed he does decide to watch. Now, back to the challenge. Like I said, it's a one life challenge. High score. You try to see how far you can get. And Mark Goes Blind Gaming said he wants you to go in uh, one shot like you're blind, no practice. So what I did, because I don't have any experience, is I rewatched his video a couple times, and I've seen some other people who done some playthrough on this game to get a bit of an idea. It's not too difficult for the time being, but I am sure that as it progresses, it is going to get harder and harder. That is much certain, 150%. Now back to the video game itself. It's quite nice. I like that little, Arabian looking desert in the back. It's quite beautiful. Um the mechanics are quite cool too. Kind of reminds me of a game called Metal Slug. Very fun as well. But I know it's going to get quite difficult. Now, this monster, when I watched Mark Goes Blind Gaming, basically he used this tactic of staying back. If it was me going in blindly, as they say, I think I would have, jumped left, I would have jumped right and moved all around the screen. And I think that would have been a very bad tactic. So thank you, Marco's Blind Gaming, for showing me the way to play Star Wars, Super Star Wars to be exact, on a 3 button Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive controller. But I'm not playing this with a 3 button controller because nobody should ever play with a 3 button controller. It is all about the 6 buttons, people. So thank the Lord, we have cleared the stage. The stage is set for us to play the second stage. Now this one is one I will definitely have trouble with. When it comes to these type of games or stages where you have that, flying hovercraft, kind of like an overhead or whatever it is you want to call it. It's quite difficult to maneuver, manage, shoot, and make everything work. But I'm going to try my best to get as far as I can. At the same time, once again, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Mark Goes Blind Gaming for coming up with his challenge. I believe, there was a time where he was doing some challenges of his own, the blind challenges. So this is great to see him back on the tubes and also issue out some challenges. I do not appreciate the character that you gave me in your little video. You made me look like Kanye West. I do not look like Kanye West. I look like Rather East. I'm from the East, mate, not the West. Regardless, it was a funny video. Please check it out. Some brilliant work, some brilliant editing from the legend by the name of Mark Goes Blind Gaming. What a lovely fellow he is. And this is getting quite difficult. I'm not too sure what tactic to use here. I'll be honest with you, when I watched the videos, I only watched the first stage because it did seem quite tricky just watching people play. So I wanted to try to see what was the best tactic. I should have watched videos on this particular stage because it is not looking good for me. And it ends at 16,000, a tribute to the one and only 16. Bits and bobs. For those that don't know, he is a legend on the tube. Always remain retro.